effect.
I just wish that he wasn't sick, because he always gets sick, and then I get sick because he's sick, and I don't want to be sick because then we're both missing work, and it's just something that we just keep passing back and forth instead of, you know, being healthy.
With Noel, I really didn't know much about essential oils at all. I mean, I've heard about them and I've heard that they can help, but that's basically all I knew.
Ramel, unfortunately, went to the doctor, and the doctor told him that antibiotics were not going to cure what he has. So he's been managing his symptoms using over-the-counter type medicine. Dana is a very busy working woman, and she just can't afford the time to get sick. He needs something that's going to help him alleviate his symptoms in the midst of him being sick, and you need help to make sure that you don't catch this bug.
Exactly.
We should go check in on him. Let's see how he's doing. Hey, Ramel.
Hey.
How are you feeling?
Not so good. I went to the doctor.
Yeah.
Because I had a cold. He checked me out and said that it was non-bacterial and that he couldn't really do anything for me.
And the antibiotics won't work, so...
Right,
Yeah.
right. Just the
Right.
over-the-counter medicine, right?
And just to get some rest.
Well, I should have brought you chicken soup. Next time I'll do that, but I brought essential oils today.
Okay, cool.
Oh, Ramel, have to take care of you.
Yeah, fix me.
So I have this great blend. It's an inhalation or respiratory blend called Breathe Easy. You're gonna love it.
Perfect.
Right.
It's gonna help you with your cough. It's gonna help ease the symptoms of the congestion that you have. And I'm gonna tell you about the oils that I've chosen to put in this blend. The use of essential oils as disease-fighting agents is one of the most interesting and compelling reasons to explore aromatherapy.
Using essential oils for the common cold and for the flu is one of the most successful applications in a therapeutic sense of essential oils that we can find. As it appears that all essential oils have more or less strong antiviral properties, it is also clear that the essential oils that excel through their antibacterial properties are a specific range of essential oils. The oils we find in the inhalation blend combine all the necessary properties for successful treatment. We have mucolytic effect in the rosemary verbenone. We have expectorant effect in the Eucalyptus radiata, and we have a stimulant and decongesting effect in the peppermint.
Rosemary, it's gonna be very reminiscent of the rosemary that you're used to, but it's actually a different
Strong.
It's a different chemotype than the other rosemary that's pretty typical, but it should smell a lot like food.
Yeah.
It smells a lot like
Chicken.
food. Like chicken. We're gonna do an undiluted version of this because we're just going to be diffusing it and inhaling it. So it's gonna be actually 20 drops of each oil. It's what we call a mucolytic. So it busts up mucus and phlegm and congestion in general. When you're using it with kids or if there's any possibility of pregnancy, you have to be careful because it's a pretty strong oil.
Okay.
The next oil in this blend is Eucalyptus radiata. One of my personal favorites. Right. So it's gonna smell similar to the eucalyptus you're used to, but you'll notice some differences.
Wow, that would get you.
It's a little more fruity, a little more minty.
It feels more fresh than the rosemary one. I don't know.
Right, because it's got a higher top note. It's a crisper scent. I bet this is starting to clear you out already.
Yeah, a little bit. It's
Right.
getting through, man.
Well, Eucalyptus radiata, as not only is it an antiviral and antibacterial oil, it's also anti-inflammatory, so it'll help to ease, all your internal membranes that possibly are all swollen from being sick. It's also one of the best expectorants. Peppermint.
Clear nose palate.
Peppermint.
Ooh.
Yes, that's peppermint.
Yes, it is.
That one actually broke through.
Right,
Broke
so
through the
that
neck.
top note, that menthol.
feeling in the back of my throat.
Right,
yeah.
that menthol that's in so many of the rubs that are out there for colds and congestion. Main component of peppermint oil.
It makes me want to eat it like gum or candy canes.
20 drops of the peppermint oil. It just makes you feel better. The scent of it is great. It's a very uplifting scent, and when you're feeling really crummy, when you're sick, You need a little bit of something to perk you up. So here's all you're gonna do.
Okay.
Literally 1 or 2 drops of this synergy, this blend. You can cup your hands and just kind of inhale. Inhale through your nose and inhale through your mouth. And you do that a couple times an hour, you know, throughout the day to relieve symptoms.
Yeah, the breathe easy immediately made my nose run, which is good because it took some pressure away from here, which I don't need Tylenol now because I don't have a headache anymore. It was very pleasant to me. I could breathe better. It's helping heal me.
It's good to see that the Breathe Easy blend has Ramel feeling better already. And when we come back, I'm going to show him an even more broad spectrum topical blend that should get him on the fast track to recovery. Welcome back. Today we're talking about the ways we can use plant essences to fight off colds and flu. I'm helping Ramel deal with a serious chest cold, and later on, I'm going to show Dana an immunity boosting blend that will hopefully keep her from catching this nasty bug. But first, I'm going to show Ramel a topical chest rub that will act locally on his respiratory system and also have a powerful systemic effect. 4 essential oils in this blend, this time diluted in a carrier oil base. The first one I talked about earlier, the rosemary verbenone. Great mucolytic, really great anti-inflammatory for your entire upper respiratory system. So we're gonna use 5 drops of the rosemary verbenone. Breaks up all the chest congestion, gotta start to loosen that up when you're not feeling well. So the second oil in this blend is a new one, yet another species of our friend eucalyptus. This one's Eucalyptus globulus. Like its sister radiata, it's another great expectorant oil. It's a great anti-inflammatory oil.
The qualities of the globulus are that it has a fresh fruit note, a fresh banana note. It's also an antiviral essential oil, and it does have, of course, like all eucalyptus oils, a certain expectorant effect. But in addition to that, it also has a pronounced mucolytic quality that helps to liquefy and eliminate mucus.
5 drops. But it's gonna help to take down some of the inflammation. It's an overall antiviral, antibacterial oil. Next is an oil that you've probably heard of, but may not have ever smelled. It's frankincense.
Frankincense.
Oh yeah, from like the 3 wise men.
Right. A little bit of an unusual oil, something that you may not typically think about putting in a cold and flu remedy or treatment blend. Distilled from a very resinous kind of a pine plant. So it smells a little bit like a needle. It smells more like a needle oil. 3 drops in this blend. It's an antiseptic for the entire respiratory system. And the last one is a really interesting oil. This is thyme. Like a lot of other oils, has many different chemotypes or many different botanical species. This one is a tuyonol. So it doesn't smell so much like the version of thyme that we cook with. So it doesn't smell as much like Thanksgiving as you might think. It's a little bit fruitier.
I can still, there's still a smell at the end though that reminds me of food a little bit.
You have to be very cautious because the different chemotypes have very different effects. Some of them are very irritating to the skin and really shouldn't even be used on the skin. But the tuyonol type is very tolerated on the skin and it'll help boost his immune system and yours. Though thyme is another plant that's thought of as a simple culinary herb, let's take a closer look at the history and biology of this powerful plant.
In Sumeria, cuneiform tablets have been found that describe taking thyme, powdering it, and making a concoction that has figs and pears in it. Actually, it sounds good enough to eat. But what they did with it is they made a very thick paste by cooking it down and then applied it to skin diseases. Thyme is incredibly antiseptic. In fact, in the aromatherapy world, it's one of the most antiseptic oils we have. It's so potent, we even have to be careful with its use and the amount of drops that we actually put into the things that we make with it. But thyme is something that I love to grow in the garden. There are so many different species of it, somewhere between 200 and 400. Thyme, it's a versatile plant.
So 3 drops of the thyme. So the base carrier oils we're going to use in this are sweet almond oil with some vitamin E. Vitamin E acts as an antioxidant. It extends the shelf life of the blend and has the added benefit of being extremely good for your skin. So you can just eyeball it, 1/4 ounce or so of the vitamin E. Then we're going to use sweet almond oil to fill up the balance of the bottle. I love sweet almond oil as a carrier because it's odorless, so you get the full effect of the essential oils. So it feels really nice, and also it's great for sensitive skin. That's why a lot of massage therapists use it, because it's applicable to everyone. Now, Ramel, I want you to try it.
I was optimistic. I thought it won't hurt me, you know? So it wouldn't hurt to try either. But did I think it would immediately like decongest me? No.
Do I spray it directly on my, or?
No, yeah, just put it, yeah, just use a little. Actually, you don't even, a little goes a long way again, and you can, you know, use some in your hand.
Okay, right.
You can start with that. See,
Yeah, let's see what happens.
If you're feeling really horrible, it's very symptomatic, you want to use it a couple times an hour, and then have your symptoms guide you a little bit.
Just rubbing it on my chest loosens up whatever's underneath your skin, you know what I mean? So I could breathe better. Yeah, the chest rub really helped.
I think that our chest rub blend, along with lots of fluids and plenty of rest, will have Ramel back on his feet in no time. But stick around, because when we come back, I'm going to show Dana a potent blend that'll boost her immunity and keep her from catching Ramel's nasty cold. Hi, I'm Noelle Katai, and on today's show, we're putting the powerful antiviral properties of essential oils to work in a series of blends for treating and preventing colds and flu. We need to make sure that you don't catch what he has.
What I'm looking for me is something to prevent me from catching other people's colds. Because usually I'm very healthy. I barely ever catch colds. But if I do, it's because Ramel gets sick, he brings it home and he passes it to me, or if I'm at work.
Well, essential oils in general are great for bolstering immunity. A lot of them have very stimulating qualities to all of your body systems. So that in and of itself is going to help bolster immunity.
With the essential oils in the immune boosting blend, we are trying to combine a number of effects. There is the bay laurel, keeps the lymph flowing, keeps the lymphatic system from undergoing accumulations or stagnation. Everybody who has maybe a swollen lymph node and will put some bay laurel oil on that lymph node will notice the relief immediately.
Bay laurel. Bay laurel, which is also...
Ooh, that's so smooth.
Isn't that nice?
That's a really, really soft one. I like that one.
I love that oil. It's one of my favorites.
It's very sweet smelling too.
This is a key essential oil for bolstering your immune system. It's
Bay laurel.
Bay laurel, also bay, right? So the bay leaf that you cook with,
right?
That's one of the types of bay. Our last oil, lavender. Lavender angustifolia from Provence.
That smells so good. Always love the smell of lavender, and to know that it has like healing properties too is just really exciting, because the smell that I love and it makes you feel good.
The first thing that you want to do is put the drops of essential oil into the container. Then you can add your antioxidant. We're going to add the vitamin E again, and then the rest of your carrier oil. And then we can just do our roll to blend it. One, the eucalyptus globulus. And with this, again, because we've got this is about a 2-ounce bottle, if you go over, it's okay.
Okay, good.
Anti-inflammatory, antiviral, antibacterial, because you get that kind of pickup.
6.
That's right.
The eucalyptus globulus.
Frankincense. It's an overall antiseptic for the entire upper respiratory system also. Bay laurel, one of the most powerful immune system bolstering oils that's out there. Lovely. Doesn't it smell good?
bay laurel, and my new favorite,
lavender, which is a mild sedative, which is going to make you feel really relaxed. So this is part of the anti-stress aspect of this blend. Perfect.
lavender.
Perfect. And then we're going to add our vitamin E antioxidant. And just the balance with the apricot kernel oil.
Okay.
Which, by the way, very light texture on its own. I really love this. It's odorless, so you get the full benefit of the essential oils, and also it's high in vitamin A and B. So now just roll it.
The aromatherapy roll.
Right.
One of the best things about the essential oils to me is that it's very holistic. It doesn't seem very chemical based, and it works. So it seems like the best natural situation for a person's body, which is very, very intriguing about the whole thing.
This is actually a pretty good all-over body oil, and your skin will feel fantastic in addition to smelling good. Yeah, this is a once-a-day blend, particularly when you're in the midst of cold and flu season.
Okay, so top of the morning, use
Right.
my immunity blend.
Right.
It smells so good. So I can just...
Scent with benefits.
This is great.
Excellent. This will definitely help ward off what Ramel has.
Good. Whenever Romel gets sick, I get sick. Using the immune oil that Noelle and I made for me, it's not even an issue. I've just sort of been helping him get better, and I feel 100%.
When we come back, I'll check in with both of them and give you some more common sense tips for using essential oils to treat and soothe colds and flu. On today's show, we're talking about the perpetual problem of keeping colds and flu at bay. We made a Breathe Easy inhalation blend and deep chest rub for Ramel, who was down for the count with a nasty cold. And I showed Dana a resistance-building immunity blend to help her fight it off. Now I want to share a few basic tips that should help you make it through cold and flu season comfortably and safely. First of all, always check with your doctor to diagnose an ailment. Aromatherapy is a great complementary treatment, but can't replace a full medical diagnosis. Secondly, use peppermint oil to treat headache symptoms. Inhaling it or dabbing a small amount on the temples will often bring relief. Finally, remember to get plenty of rest. There's no substitute for the healing power of sleep. So a week has gone by since I've seen Ramel and Dana, and I'm curious to see how they're doing.
Since Noelle gave Ramel and I the immunity oils, it's been about 4 or 5 days, and Ramel has been taking them consistently, as have I, and his cold is basically cleared up.
Using the humidity blend, Dana didn't get sick.
This experience with essential oils has definitely opened my eyes to a whole nother way of healing even.
Before that was technology, there was a way. And that's what aromatherapy is.
It's not something that I was ever really exposed to.
I'd rather put those natural things into my body before I try any other pharmaceutical product.
Because I know that it works.
The ability of essential oils to fight viral and bacterial illnesses is one of their strongest attributes, and there are a wide variety of oils that can be blended to treat different infectious diseases. In fact, ongoing research is showing essential oils may be very effective in treating far more serious ailments such as HIV and even cancer. Essential oils have a great deal of potential to help keep you healthy and help you heal when you're sick. I hope you'll take a closer look at aromatherapy as part of an overall approach to health and wellness with a focus on natural healing. I'll see you next time.